I got the article in there. I got some images in there. I could always arrange those images differently if I want to. I could always change the size and things like that, or add more, or take some away. Next, I'm going to make the title for my article, and I'll just call this, I'll just think of something. It could be the artist's name, could be some catchy phrase. But I'm going to make another text box or type box or text frame, and click and drag that out. I can see my cursor there. I can resize this. Maybe I'll go ahead and start off with like a 48, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe a 60 point, and I can choose a different font, maybe something a little more creative. If I want to get too out of control, something sort of simple. Keep calm, that's a good one. And I'll call this artist at work, whatever. Now, here's the issue. Let me go to my move tool here. Remember, here's a type box, or my type or text frame, but this image has that text wrap on it, and it's going to push this text out of the way. So if I wanted this text to be on top of that image, it's not going to be able to do that unless I change something. So I can, on my selection tool, select that text frame, right click, text frame options, and there's where the ignore text wrap comes in handy, and it'll allow that text to go on top of there. Yeah, I think that's all I really need to change for this. If I don't see it, I can hit the preview, make sure that it shows me what it's going to do, and I can say OK. Now, it's not hurting it, this frame's so big, but I could resize that frame just so it's a little closer to the text. Not too bad for a title. I could make it a little bit bigger, make my frame a little bit larger. Go to my type tool, select it again, and change the size, maybe 72. I can manually highlight this and type in an even larger size. I think 72 will fit in here pretty good. Now, obviously, the black text is not popping out so good. So if I want this on top of here, I'm going to have to change the color. So let me highlight that. Here's my type color. I can click this arrow and select one of these basic colors, or double click here and select any color in the rainbow here. Pink, hot pink, anything. I'm going to stick with a white or almost white, and I can see if it pops out good. Not too bad. All right, pops out pretty good. I could also add a stroke to that if I want. I could highlight that text, add a stroke color to that. That'll give it an outline. I don't think I want to do that. I don't think that'll look good. I could also select this and do some effects. Up here in the control panel, there's some effects. I'm going to do drop shadow, outer glow, inner shadow, bevel embossed, bevel embossed. I'll make it look sort of 3D. I can do a preview here, and there's all kinds of adjustments. I can do the angle of that bevel embossed, makes it look 3D. Is it smooth? Is it chiseled? All right. Does a shadow have a different color besides black? How deep, or what's the altitude of that? Is a shadow sort of see-through? What size do I want that to be? And it gives it this 3D look. I don't want that. Let me uncheck that. I could do all kinds of different effects. A drop shadow, you see that quite a bit. Maybe I'll do a drop shadow. And I can change that drop shadow so it's more of a distance, so it feels like that text is hovering higher. I can change the angle of that drop shadow. Okay, whatever I want. All kinds of different changes you can do. And I think it looks all right. Okay, what you want to be careful is the drop shadow isn't too obnoxious, too crazy, and it could be distract from it. Okay, artist at work. Whatever you want to name your article, it's up to you. Could line up with a column, set it off a little bit. Good. I'm gonna make this text frame a little bit smaller, fit a little tighter to that text. Okay. Well, one thing we didn't really talk about is duplicating. If I want to duplicate this text, right, and type something else, sort of like that, I could click that, Command Copy, or Control Copy in the PC, Command V, and it'll duplicate it. Another way to duplicate things is hold the Option key or Alt key down, click and drag, let go of the mouse, let go of the key, and I can duplicate things that way. That's a quick way. Hey, I have it set up the way I like it. I can duplicate it, highlight that text, give it a name, and this is by Bob Smith. Okay, this guy who wrote this. Well, that's a little too big. That text, I can highlight that, make it a lot smaller. 14 might be nice. Not a little too small. Maybe a little bit bigger. Maybe 24. Good. All right, resize that frame. And move these things around. Maybe I want it to be like this. Maybe by Bob Smith over here. Artist at Work by Bob Smith. Nice. Not too bad. Okay. Obviously, I could put it down here if I want. That's up to you. Where do you want to put that author's attribution there? All right, so that's how we can add larger text. You could also do subheadings, you know. Ooh, one other thing I could do is a poll quote. Let me do a poll quote over here. I can grab this, Command copy, Command V, duplicate that, resize it real fast. Highlight it. Something, you know, usually a poll quote would be something very important or something that really explains what this article is about. Something profound. So I'm just going to put something big deal quote. All right, I can put it in actual quotes. That's a little too big. So let me highlight that text to make that a little bit smaller. 30, maybe even bigger than that. Not too bad. Well, here's a problem. That's over that text. I don't like that. I can resize it. Command Z. Command Z. If I want to undo something, Command Z or Control Z on a PC. Undo. Let me move this around. I think that might look nice there. Make the text frame a little bit smaller. And I got to add that text wrap. All right. So I'll click the text wrap. I can say around my actual shape of the text or around that guideline, that box. And I could push things off a little bit more if I wanted to, a little bit less. It's up to you. I think that looks pretty good there, except that white does not work, so I'm going to have to highlight that text and change the color of that text. I could always maybe a pink, or I could use the eyedropper and select a color from somewhere else, click and drag. I'm holding that. Oh, maybe I like that pink color there. There's pink color here. And okay, so that text should match that color. Ooh, I don't like that drop shadow. So I want to undo that. So I can click that, go to my effects. Double click, get rid of that drop shadow. Okay, there you go. Highlight my type, double click and triple click. I can justify it. Ooh, that doesn't look good. Align left. Alright, not too bad. I just want a single quote there. I don't actually like the quotes on there. I think I'm just going to pull it out like this. There we are. And some big deal quote. There's my poll quote. I move it over here. Command Z. Alright. If I get over here far enough, then that text should wrap around it that way. Okay, that's entirely up to you. It might feel too crowded. Then you have to go back to your text wrap and push things out a little bit. Nice. Not too bad. It's a little tight to the edge of the page. Do something like this. Just select all that text and make it a little bit smaller. There we go. And that looks pretty nice. That's just a guideline. This box, you know, with that preview, it should take that off. A little tighter there. Nice. So poll quote. I gotta make sure there's no words over here. This is too few words. Words get broken up too much over there, so I can move that over. That'll look better. Alright, so looking pretty good. Let me save that, and we'll have probably about one more video to take a look at.